Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the whole elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. You gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, and Yahweh Shah. The Most High, the Heavenly Father, his Hebrew name is Yahweh, not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah, not Abba, not Yahuwah. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua, not Yahusha. It's Yahweh Shah. So we got to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops and elders of great millstone who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, ready to accept it or not. And a sincere salutation to all the Akim, pushing this. I titled this lesson, the MOTB is mainstream news around the world, around the planet, throughout the planet of the Earth, something like that. So I saw this the other day, which a lot saw it, I'm sure. But I just want to get a few precepts on this, or a couple, as usual. So here it is, this guy, say first person with Elon Musk, Neuralink, chip speaks out. So I want to play some of this.
Elon Musk loose inside your mind. Well, our next guest did exactly that, volunteering for the first ever Neuralink brain chip.
When I first actually moved the cursor with my mind, it blew my mind for like a whole day. And to be helping, to be able to be useful in some way, it completely changed how I live.
Paralysed from the neck down after a diving accident 8 years ago, 30-year-old Nolan Arbor is the first person to be implanted with Neuralink's brain chip.
It was like using the force.
And they did this in that movie, Upgraded, which it was done on purpose, so they can put that C-hip in the guy. So this is them playing, what it say, in the means of those miracles.
Technology promising to allow him and others with paralysis to control technology with their minds.
The device is designed to interpret your neural activity so you can operate a computer or a smartphone by simply thinking about moving.
In less than 2 hours, 64 threads, thinner than a human hair, containing over 1,000 electrodes, are attached to a patient's brain, transforming a person's thoughts into actions. Nolan's now able to operate an iPad, play chess, even dominate at Mario Kart. Arbor is the first participant in a 6-year trial to test the safety of Neuralink's device, Musk spruiking the upside of his latest invention.
Imagine if Stephen Hawking could communicate faster than a speed typist or auctioneer. That is the goal.
For now, though, Nolan is just happy with his latest upgrade.
I'm basically like all of y'all, just with a bit of hardware in my skull, a bit more compute power, and that's about it.
Nolan joins us now. Nolan, this has been tested on pigs and monkeys, but you are the first person, the first human to have this procedure. What made you want to be the first guinea pig?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think I just wanted to do my part and help move this technology forward. There's a lot of promise in this. There's a lot of good that it can do for the world. And I just felt like if anyone should take that step and take that plunge, then it should be me. And I will take any of the headache and heartache out of it for anyone coming after me. Anything that'll go wrong would go wrong with me. And I pray that that doesn't happen. And it really hasn't so far. But yeah, it's been great. I thought that, why not me?
With any surgery, there are risks. Did they warn you that something might go wrong or could go wrong during the surgery?
Yeah, absolutely. there was a laundry list of risks involved with this, with the implant, with the surgery. I had to read through them all. I talked with my parents about them. As a quadriplegic, my brain is one of the few things that I have left. And so that was a bit daunting, but I just was at complete peace with the whole thing. And I knew that, somewhere deep down, I just knew that everything was going to work out. And here I am.
Nolan, you spoke to your parents. How did they feel and the rest of your family feel about you going through this?
Yeah, like I said, I talked with them every step of the way. I told them right up front that if at any point in time they weren't comfortable with me doing the surgery, that they could tell me and I would back out. I have a great relationship with my parents, and I did play a little prank on my mom after I got out of surgery. First thing I did waking up, they came in the room, and I just wanted her to know that I hadn't changed. So she came in and she said, "Hi, how are you? How do you feel?" And I looked at her and I just said, "Who are you?" And she was not happy about it. She was looking around at the doctors like, "Someone please, what, please someone tell me, what did you do to my son?" And then she looked at my face and I was grinning and I said, "Mom, it's okay. I'm fine." She had a few tears streaming down her face, but I know I'm a terrible son.
So much for all that love and trust.
Yeah.
Can you just help us understand what the practical differences are that this makes to your life now? What's actually changed?
Yeah, I mean, it's something as simple as sending a text message. I can send a text message now in, a few seconds, in under a minute. Before, when I was using different assistive devices, it would sometimes take me 5, 10, 15 minutes to send a text. And it's little things like that that add up.
I don't know whether this is possible, but can you describe for us what you have to do to send, for example, a text? Like, how do you, in your brain, what do you actually have to do?
Yeah, so as of right now, we're still very early days with this technology. The first thing that they do was get cursor control. So that means I can use a computer just as anyone else can with a cursor. And so for now, I have a virtual keyboard that pops up, and I can use the cursor to text on that. I have a dictation that I can use to text on that to send messages. But we're working right now trying to figure out different ways to get me to text, to write sentences and things.
Wow.
Like one of the things we're doing right now is finger spelling. It is like sign language to see if I can attempt to do sign language. Obviously, I can't move, but my brain still picks up my intention. And so if I'm trying to do sign language, say, and I am spelling out a word, then my brain picks that up. The Neuralink transfers that to the computer, and words will come up.
Is it kind of like telepathy? You just think it and it happens.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a difference between attempted movement and imagined movement in this field. Attempted movement is I attempt to move my hand left or right, and the Neuralink picks that up and translates that. But then there's something called imagined movement, which is me not trying to move my hand at all, just thinking cursor go here, cursor go there, and it'll do that. So I can just look around my screen and the cursor will follow. I can look away from my screen and still move the cursor. It's all pretty fascinating, honestly.
Have you spoken to Elon Musk since you've had this put in your brain? I mean, feels like he owes you. Like he should give you a Tesla or something,
I mean, I wouldn't say no. Let's just put it that way. I have spoken to him, and then I met him right after surgery. He came in. He was wearing a sweet bomber jacket, and it was great. It was really cool to meet him. He seems like a pretty cool dude.
This is so cool. Nolan, thank you so much for chatting to us. Your outlook is just brilliant on life.
So let me get this other one. Because now they're going with the second wave. It's a DEA. So let's get this one. Oh shit.
Neuralink recently implanted a chip in a startup called Neuralink recently implanted a chip into the brain of a young quadriplegic man. It was the first time the procedure had ever taken place, but the company, which is owned by Elon Musk, has now been forced to halt the trial. So what went wrong? Let's discuss that with Julia Seeger. Julia, tell us first of all what happened during this experiment.
So first of all, Neuralink has been working for several years now on this concept of an interface, a brain-machine interface, to be able to compensate or even replace the cognitive functions that were lost due to either an accident or to a neurodegenerative disease. So the idea is to restore vision or restore mobility. So that's in the short run. Now, in the long run, also, they have this goal to enhance human intelligence, to be able to compete, as they say, with an AI if we'll need it later on. And I'll get back to that in a second. But how does it actually work? Well, there's a microchip. In the case of Neuralink, it's called telepathy. It's the size of a coin, and it's going to be implemented directly inside the brain in a region that controls the movement intention, so at the top of the skull. And additionally, you're going to have 3,000 microelectrodes that are going to be implanted directly on the neurons, and they're going to be able to decode and record neural signals. So when you want to grab something, let's say with your right hand, you have a very specific neural signal for that. And what the chips can do is they can pick up on that, send it through Bluetooth to a computer or a telephone, decipher and act upon it. So indeed, it can help quadriplegic people in a big way because they can now control the computer from a distance. Now, they were able to do it first with monkeys. We all know about this experiment, but let's take a look at it again. So this monkey had received an implant, a Neuralink implant, and he's playing his favorite video game there with a joystick. He's also being given a reward, which is a banana smoothie. And so he's playing it. And at what point they're going to disconnect altogether the joystick. So get rid of it altogether. And the monkey is going to keep on playing, but with his mind only. So just by looking at the screen and thinking about the next move he wants to make, he's actually moving the video game. So here you can see there's no more joystick or anything. He's just looking at the screen and that's happening. So the thing is, after several trials with animals, the FDA did give their authorization for the very first human subject to get the chip. It happened this year in January. The very first human subject was Nolan Arbo, a 29-year-old quadriplegic American. And he was very enthusiastic. Again, he was really able to regain some autonomy. He was able to play some of his favorite video games. Let's just take a look at what happened the very first time he was able to control the computer from a distance just with his mind.
When I first actually moved the cursor with my mind, it blew my mind for like a whole day. And to be helping, to be able to be useful in some way, it completely changed how I live.
His reaction and his joy is just priceless. But several weeks later, the company said that they had to stop the trial. The reason why is because some of these little neuroelectrodes actually retracted, and it's believed it's because there was probably a little bit of air that was trapped in his skull during the operation.
Right, and do we know what the consequences might be?
Well, according to Neuralink, there won't be any. But it's often said that Neuralink is very secretive about the type of research that it does. Recently, Wired did an investigation, and they revealed that some of the monkeys had severe neurological abnormalities. But despite this, the FDA did approve a second trial. And the reason why is because these devices are very promising, especially in the medical field, as you just saw. You have other agencies that are developing such interfaces like DARPA, for instance, in the United States, universities as well. And there are other types of devices also that are very impressive, a little bit less invasive. Let's talk about what the Polytechnic School of Lausanne is doing. They were able to make a paraplegic man walk again, thanks to a chip that they implemented in his lower spine and in his brain.
Mm.
And the way they did it is that they created a bridge between his mind and his limbs. So it's very impressive indeed. Now, the reason why Neuralink often makes headlines is because they have this transhumanist ideology, wanting to augment humans, even humans who don't actually need it, who aren't quadriplegic, right? And according to the company, the possibilities of these chips are infinite. So they're even talking about the fact that we could perhaps one day upload or download information from our brains. There's also concerns about the fact that we could maybe be mentally hacked, of course, or even manipulated. But so far, we don't know if that's actually true, but it would create an opening inside of our brain. Now, this is actually a very cybernetic vision of our brain, and more science is actually showing that the brain doesn't actually work like a computer. It works and it learns in a slower manner as we go through one experience to the other.
Fascinating. Julia Seeger, thanks very much indeed.
The children on this world, man, that's heavy. Let me drop that. Let me get this in Luke real quick. This is Luke 16:8. It reads, so it say Luke 16:8 it reads, and the Lord commended the unjust steward because they had done wisely, for the children of this world are in the generation of the wiser than the children of light. And that's Esau, man. These devils is crafty, man. Cunning, conniving, trickery. And that guy said he hoping that things don't go wrong. Well, it is something that's gonna go wrong, man. You got Revelation 14. There's definitely something gonna go wrong. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. So he already threw, basically. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels. This is a lot of people that got it in their hand, man, and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, which is a long time. And they have no rest, day nor night, agonizing pain, man, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receive the mark of his name. So you got this one in Revelation 16. Yeah, I saw this yesterday, so I just want to Revelation 16, 3. It reads, and the second angel poured out his vial upon the sea, and it became as the blood of a dead man, and every living soul died in the sea. And the third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and the fountains of waters, and they became blood. And I heard the angel of the waters say, thou art righteous, O Lord, which art and was and shall be. Because he's the first and the last, because thou hast judged us, for they have shed the blood of the saints and prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy. And I heard another out of the altar say, even so, Lord, power, almighty, true and righteous are thy judgments. So people got to take this, man. That's part of the judgments. It reads, and the fourth angel poured out his violence, and the sun and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire. And men were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of God, which had power over these plagues, and they repented not to give him glory. The fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast, and his kingdom was full of darkness, and they gnashed, anointed their tongues for pain, and blasphemed the God of heaven because of their pains and their sores, and I repented not of their deeds. So they had not taken that sea help, man. Let me go back to this. Which most people gonna take it. They gonna take it, man. Cause when you get money, man, you got money, you gonna take it, man. So I just saw that. And we know what Revelations 13, 16 through 18 say. Let's read this one. And I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that have gotten a victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on a sea of glass, having the harps of power, looking down from the chariots, watching the destruction. Yeah, so I just want to make some points on that, man. She's saying they put a hold on it, but the Lord gonna let it go forth because this is the will of the Lord, man. It's the will of Yahweh Shema Shah. You get this, let me get this. This is Isaiah. This is Isaiah 36 and 6. It reads, Lo, thou trusting in the staff of this broken reed. The staff represents a comfort. You know, King David said, with thy staff, right? We being comforted. It say, Lo, thou trusting in the staff of this broken reed. It say, but it say this staff here is broken on Egypt. Whereon if a man lean, if you trust in this staff, this broken system, because it tell you in Jeremiah 51 that Babylon can't be healed. It will go into his hand or her hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. So if you leaning on this system, let me get this to show you. This is Psalms 23. Get this. Hey, the same way, you know, it say in 2 Corinthians 10 and 21, you can't drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of Satan, right? It say the same in Matthew 6. You can't serve two masters. Either you will hate the one or despise and hold to the other. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Hold on, let's go up. So right here, this is Psalms 23 and 4. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, which is word valley when you go to it, it's a pride. And that's what America has become. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Why? For thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. See that? So this rod and this staff that 2/3 of our people are going to trust in, this one is broken. Lo, thou trusted in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, he'll go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. So this is a broken reed. Let's get this. Damn it, I forgot what I was gonna get just that quick. Maybe it'll come back to me. But anyway, oh, call Allah Yahweh Shema Shah. Jeremiah 51, Salakia. What is that? 6. Jeremiah 51 and 6. So while everybody's trusting on this broken reed, the Lord told us to mentally, spiritually, and emotionally separate ourselves. Don't trust in nothing. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm, which is a healing ointment, which is ointment to heal for her pain. If so be she may be healed, we will have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. See, that's it. It says it's a broken reed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reaches unto the heavens and is lifted up to the skies. So everybody that's trusting, let me close with this one. Isaiah, what is that? 13 and 15. Yeah, this is a broken reed, man. No matter what they do, this place will not be healed, man. It's all planned, though. You know, this the will of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. The Lord playing chess with the heathens and 2/3 of Jake, man. Isaiah 13 and 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. Everybody, all these heathens. Say the elites, man. They get to escape and go into bunkers for a small moment. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Yeah. So Lord wants edifying. Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Shema Shah, Barakatham. Water tune in. So, yeah, I just want to make some points on that. So, all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rikah Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elder bishops and elders, a great millstone who rule well, who teach well. Well, the apostles and elders of all of Israel already concepted not, in a sincere salutation to all that can pushing this truth and believing this truth by the four winds of the earth, the entire world, shedding light to the whole elect. Hey, may Yahweh Shema Shah continue to bless you in your houses. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. Shalom.